Alright, it's our last chance. Let's see if we can improve on P9 in the first race. Here at Sainte-Croix in the Manufacturers' Cup. Let's introduce the grid. In pole position in the Pacific Hololife livery, it's Finesse in the Subaru WRX. Alongside him is Akira Stig in the Mercedes AMG. Chesnick is in P3 in the Chevy Corvette, while P4 is Herb Hebert in the Mazda RX Vision. P5 is Mikey Massey in the Subaru WRX, while Louis 3 is in the Chevy Corvette. P7 is Moose in the Subaru WRX, while Slug Slime is in the Ford GT race car. P9 is Battle Pants, the Canadian in the Beetle, while P10 is Cornbread in the Subaru WRX. P11 is Skyline GT in the Volkswagen Beetle, while yours truly is in the Subaru BRZ. P13 is Colorado in the GR Supra. P14 is Joshua in the Toyota Supra GT500. Z is in the Nissan Skyline Super Silhouette, while Lepoil is at the back of the grid in the Ford Mustang. And that is the grid. Alright. I've never played this game before. I'm bad at driving and racing. Yeah, I'd like to think that if you want to get into sim racing, Gran Turismo is kind of like the easiest sim racer to get into, because it kind of has like it does have the most appeal, like more casual appeal. I don't know if Forza not really, but Forza Motorsport on the Xbox. But anyway, let's worry about that later. Lights out, away we go. Alright, so we are on the slower tire, and already Colorado is picking up steam on us. I don't blame him for overtaking. I'm just going to let him go now. There's no point fighting a losing battle. That Supra has better top end. Oh no! Oh, that has gone very poorly to start. Dirty air. Dirty air does me in again. Carrying a bit too much extra speed because of the slipstream. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to work for it. Oh, in the first race, we ended up having a collision early on, and that put us back at the back of the grid. So, well, Clemming gets a start. Oh, whoa! Two people have gone off there. So fair play. We've gained 2 positions back. Alright. I prefer racing I prefer these types of racing games over games like Need for Speed, because since these are more traditional racing games, like, you kind of have to... this really focuses on actual driving ability as opposed to, like, trying to push people off. Because, racing is a non-contact sport, so... But I'd like to think that racing games are getting a much more approachable now, which is good. Like, you want to get more people into the door rather than try to push them away, you know? And I feel like Gran Turismo has probably been the best at introducing motorsport to new fans. That and Formula 1, obviously. Most racing I got experience with is GTA racing. Ooh, boy. Ooh, I've had many memories trying to do races in GTA. There's a bumping and barging going around. There are smoke plumes coming out, which implies some shenanigans. There is a yellow flag off, and that is Joshua the Supra, who's gone. He's hit the barriers. So we're up at the P11. It's all kicking off. Alright, we're gonna have to lift off the throttle here. Oh, I think Slug Slime might have hit the Nissan up ahead. My cars would never win. Yeah, oh, the skyline has gone off. Oh, that kind of spooks us. That pushes us off. Ah, God. Ugh. Just having a bad day. Bad day at the office. Oh, boy. It's like other people are going off and it's like hampering me somehow. Man. Alright. I still have some damage on the rear left. It's like I'm taking... It's like one step forward, two steps back. The bright side is that there's still a lot of race to go, and things can still happen. Cornbread's getting a run on me, though. Yeah, not really anything I can do to fight it. The WRX is probably much better on straight line speed. It used to be the most dominant car in the game at one point in this class. But the Subaru that I'm driving, the BRZ, is a lot more gentler on its tires. So now the thing is, I'm on the slowest tire. I'm on the slowest grade of tires, which means I'm going to be much slower than the rest of these guys initially. But I'm going to be going onto softer tires later on, and that'll make me a bit more faster, a bit quicker around these corners. Trade-off, and the thing is, since my car is burning fuel, it's going to be lighter by the time we take a pit stop, and we're going to go a little faster too. Very important. Fuel load is just as important for weight. The car will go. The car will drive quicker. We don't really have to refuel once we go into the pit stop, so just need to change the tires. If you don't use the hard and the medium tires in this race, you will be given a 1-minute penalty, and I've seen that ruin so many people's races in the past, those 1-minute penalties. So imperative that you follow them, follow the guidelines. Starting to catch up a little bit. Oh, the Nissan's gone off again. So that's another position gained. I think what I need to improve on, and the Nissan that crashed has decided they want no further pardon proceedings, so they have left the room. There are only 14 cars left on the grid. And I'm P13. Alright. Cornbread was on the soft tire, wow. So he has to take another pit stop later on in the race. Because those soft tires, they are the quickest, but they only last 2 laps. And since that's not one of the mandatory compounds, he's required to go into the pit stop again. And you lose about 25 seconds in your pit stop, so that's going to lose him some major time. Heavy braking zone in here, just going to let the car coast, punch it up. We still have one more lap to go after this one, And then we're gonna go change our tires. These hard tires are gonna last us 4 laps. So not quite the perfect stop, perfect braking line. But we're getting better. Okay. Sweeping right-hander, take this flat out. There's an ambulance on the right side. Use that as our braking reference. Once you see the ambulance, that's when you hit the anchors. Now this complex is very tricky. It's all about throttle control. Coast, downshift to 4th, hit the brakes here. It's an awkward camber going up. Alright. 3.2 seconds to Colorado. Up ahead, there is a yellow flag. Let's look for the 150 meter board, hit the brakes. Second gear. Make sure that we can get the corner. Alright, now this downhill slope. Lift off the throttle. Alright, I see 2 guys going at it. Hopefully they can get a... Hopefully they start door banging. I would love for them to beat each other up, because when you fight people like that, it slows you down. And it lets me reel them in. I'm already reeling them in. Battle Pants is 2 seconds ahead, and we're dropping. Make sure we can get the corner. Alright, short-term loss of time. Lift off the throttle, because it's an uphill right-hander. Brake hard for a short bit, get down to 4th gear, clip the inside curb. Have to lift off the throttle a little bit for that corner. Now look at this, we're right on the Beetle. I can't really send one up the inside. I do pride myself on racing clean against other drivers. I don't push people off. There's an etiquette to this to racing. So Skyline GT has gone into the pits. We're gonna overtake him. Let's see if this Beetle can tow us along. We're gonna have to brake a little earlier because of this extra speed. I'm pretty sure they're on the same tires as we are. So they'll probably go into the pits. Alright, the Beetle is a little bit better on cornering. It's very much a handling car. Which is a fun thing to say, because in real life, oh, they're making sandcastles. That's P10. There you go. Keep our nose clean. Alright, Colorado is still the guy up ahead. Cut the inside a little bit. Playing a little risky with the outside on the right. 2.7 is the gap. Kind of a wide line. Loses me a bit of time. But we have a decent gap to the guys behind. Skyline is the guy that just pitted at the end of the previous lap. Now there's 7 seconds. Yep, 6.9. Nice. Alright. I think we got a much better exit out of that corner than he did. slowed down a little bit. .4. The hard tires are getting a little worn. I'm starting to lose a bit of performance. Yeah, the guys are pulling away. Also, they're benefiting from slipstream. The leader's pitting, Finesse. He's won the last race we did. And he's bossing it again this time around. I fully expect him to hold on to this victory. He's just that much better. It's the Hololive livery, I tell ya. The VTubers, they add a few seconds. Here we go. Let's go on to the mediums for our mandatory pit stop. The Subaru boys are waiting. Alright, here we go. The Subaru TCR livery. Hopefully it brings us a good result for the rest of the race. So that's our mandatory pit stop. We're not going to be going in anymore. Now these mediums are going to last us to the end of the race. They will get a little bit sketchy on the final lap, but 3 laps is more than enough. Also do have to watch for I have to watch out for the temperature on these tires because when you just come out of the pits, the tires are a little cold, which means you're not going to be able to turn as properly as you would normally would. So these things are now up to temperature, nice and easy. A little too wide. But Joshua seems to be struggling a little bit for pace. Uh-oh. A little squirrely. Alright, he is in a classic Gran Turismo car. He's in the old school Toyota Supra. Been a fan favorite since the original game back on the PlayStation. Of course, he has his own livery instead of the. Ooh, he is struggling. How has he not binned it? All right, be careful. Brake early, because I don't know. I think it might be tires. He's struggling for pace. Is that North Dakota State University? NDSU? Ripping his alma mater, maybe? But we're gonna get a good run on this guy. Let's go. Slipstream, slipstream, slipstream. Stay in the tow. Be patient, be patient. This helps me with speed. Now I can slingshot ahead. As long as he doesn't sideswipe me, then we are okay. Keep it nice and tight on the inside. Couldn't get the move done. I'm obligated to leave him space on the outside, so... Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. He hit the brakes there. You don't have to hit the brakes there. Alright, this battle's not over. I'm liking this battle. Alright, he's dropping back, he's dropping back. There we go. That's a move done. P10. That's the kind of overtakes I want to do. My heart stopped for a moment. Oh my god. Yeah. Because that sweeping right-hander that we almost hit him on, you can take that. You have to lift off the throttle. You don't hit the brakes. You don't hit the brakes there. All right, be careful. Be careful from behind. He's still there. Now he's in our toe, what we call. So he's being pushed along through slipstream. He could make a move. All right, so let's. Now he's taking a narrow line. Let's see, can we get him on the cutback? No, not this time. It's a chest battle. Uh-oh. Had to hit the brakes. No, you do hit the brakes at the on the entry to that turn. Oh my god. There's he's closing the door. Oh, but he's squirrely. This is a proper fight. I like this fight. Come on. I want to race him. I want to race him hard, but I also want to race him clean. If we do hit him, then if I do make a move and we end up making like significant contact, then I will give up the place. But otherwise, I will race him hard. If it's clear that it's my fault, then I'm gonna move aside and let him keep going. There is a yellow flag up ahead. I don't know for who. Somebody's gone off. It's Colorado. It's the other Supra. Well, it's the more modern Supra. So we have to go through him for P10. Alright, let's go. He's still very squirrely. I don't know if he's. I think he might be playing on a controller. Alright, here we go. Here we go again. This third well, it's not the third sector. This part of the track is my more proficient track. Look at that slipstream. Here we go again. We're both Super GT cars. He's the old school Super GT. I'm the new school. He's gonna get me on cutback, yeah. Or maybe not. Whoa, that was very squirrely. Alright, leave some space, leave some space. Don't worry. Let's keep this race going. There we go. He gave me a gap, I went for it. This fight is still going on. Alright, I do have some breathing space on him now. 1 second. 1.2. Whew. That is probably the most satisfying battle I've had in a while. That was fun. That was a fun battle. But I don't want to dwell on it too long, you know? P9 again. But this one was a lot more... This was a lot more enjoyable. We still gotta keep this, still gotta bring this car home. Let's keep going. Squirrely because I touched a bit of grass. Touch grass. There we go. Now I got a gap going. It's 1.8. bit too hard on the brakes and I missed my apex. You want to clip the inside of the curb as you turn in. That's what we call the apex of the turn. This one you don't want to run over. That's raised. Alright, the gap is forming. 2.7. Nice and tidy. Let's bring this car home. Oh, Skyline is up ahead. 3.7. Alright. Might be a bit too far to get, but you never know. Oh, that is not the way I want to take that corner. Let's push it, let's push. Oh, we're catching up. 3.2. Come on. Slowly, but he's hitting the top end speed. He's pulling away. But we're getting comfortably away from Joshua, so that's a plus. Alright, Finesse makes it 2 on the bounce. He's 1 again. Congratulations. The Subaru boys are going to be happy. Even though we're not exactly in the same Subaru. Kind of messed up that one. That could have given me some time. Ooh, that helicopter is super low. Felt that one. Alright, we're under 3 seconds, but I don't know. Unless he makes a catastrophic error, I don't see us catching the guy ahead. Oh, did I keep it under track limits? If I get a 1 second penalty, it's no big deal. Alright, P9. No improvement from the last race, but this one was a lot less error prone. And we just had a really, really good battle with Joshua. Fair play to him. We had 3 DNFs, Z, Battle Pants, and Akira Stig. Colorado gets a 1-minute penalty. So he didn't do his, he didn't use the mandatory compounds. So that's going to probably put him on 13th once Cornbread and Lepoil finish their race. That was a good race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really, really good. Despite that little hiccup at the start, running into the barriers, the rest of it was a good recovery. So, the best BRZ in the lobby. Well, I'm the only BRZ in the lobby. 4th best Subaru driver. Maybe I should have gone with the WRX instead. Just waiting on Lepoil to finish. Come on. Come on. When is this Mustang gonna finish? Alright, I should be heading to bed. I enjoyed watching so far. Good night. Thank you for coming by, Miss Brewer. Glad to have a member of House of Light drop by. Have a good night. God, it's almost 8 minutes to midnight. Raised 3 positions. Much better. Much better result. Okay. Save my thingy.